On Saturday, Bermuda's Nicole Mitchell improved on her third-place performance of 2010 with a silver medal in the women's time trial at the 2012 Caribbean Cycling Championships in Antigua. Covering the 12-mile course in a time of 31:15, Mitchell was 2.5 seconds behind winner Shalina Zeben from Belize and 12 seconds faster than the defending champion Tomiko Butler of Antigua. In the men's competition, Dominic Mayo and Mark Hatherley finished 15th and 20th with times of 1 hour and 8 seconds and 1 hour, 1 minute and 44 seconds, respectively. On Sunday, for the second day in a row, Mitchell stood on the podium of the 2012 Caribbean Cycling Championships in Antigua. Mitchell, competing in the women's road race, finished in third place. In the men's race, Bermuda's team raced hard but came away empty-handed. Pre-race expectations for Dominic Mayo were high, but on the second leg, he succumbed to stomach cramps, which caused him to drop from the main bunch and recorded a did not finish. Darren Glassford came unhitched from the pack, leaving him to ride solo until dropping out. Mark Hatherley and Jerry Mewett stayed with the main peloton, which was then split, and the Bermuda duo nearly closed the gap but was unable to make the final connection as their compatriots all had teammates in the lead bunch. Both Mewett and Hatherley finished the 84-mile event in the top 25, a particularly satisfying result for Hatherley, who was eliminated from last year's CCC in Jamaica with an early crash. And finally, in cycling news, Shannon Lawrence from Fast Forward Bicycle Works won the Bermuda Bicycle Association's Harrington Sound Time Trial adult race, clocking a time of 34:42.1. Male veteran Glenn Franklin from Winner's Edge finished second in a time of 37:21.3, and another Winner's Edge veteran rider, Greg Hopkins, finished in third with a time of 37:33.7. Female veteran Karen Smith, riding for Winner's Edge, was the first female finisher, 10th overall, clocking a time of 41:05.8. Heather Roque, riding for Tokyo, was the second female finisher in a time of 43:21.6. She finished 13th overall, and Erlina Ingham from Fast Forward Bicycle Works was the third female finisher with a time of 46:39.6, finishing 17th overall. Winner's Edge rider Matthew Oliveira won the male 11 to 12 race, clocking a time of 22:28.8, with Alyssa Rowe winning the female 11 to 12 race, clocking a time of 24:22.2, representing Fast Forward Bicycle Works. Nick Pilgrim, representing Fast Forward Bicycle Works, won the male 10 and under race with a time of 24:27. Flora Duffy finished 13th overall with a time of 2:12.20 during the 2012 ITU World Triathlon Series Grand Final in Auckland, New Zealand. An ankle injury has forced Ernie Els to withdraw from the PGA Grand Slam of Golf, which gets underway today. Padraig Harrington will replace Els and joins Masters champion Bubba Watson, U.S. Open champion Webb Simpson, and defending champion Keegan Bradley at the Port Royal Golf Course for the Pro-Am. A final round of 2 over par 74 still saw Michael Sims advance to the second round of the PGA Q School's first qualifying stage event in Texas. Sims and the other 80 competitors at the event all knew that only 18 qualifying positions existed, and those tied with that last position will advance to the second round. Sims started the day tied 12th, but when he walked off the golf course, he was tied 20th at 4 under. However, when it was all said and done and all the golfers had finished, Sims was tied 18th and enters the next round. In First Division football action, after a scoreless first half at Bernard Park, St. David's maintained their 100% record in the First Division when Craig Crockwell smashed a right-footed shot past a stranded Young Man Social Club goalkeeper in the 55th minute from just inside the box as St. David's won 1-0. In other First Division action over the weekend, it was Crossroads 2, Devonshire Colts 2, Prospect United 2, Island Rangers 0, Somerset Eagles 1, Boulevard Blazers 2, and on Saturday night it was BAA 1, Hamilton Parish 2. In Premier Division action at St. John's Field, Damon Ming gave the Dandytown Hornets the lead in the 6th minute. Angelo Simmons doubled the home team's lead in the 33rd minute. Simmons then made it 3-0 when he scored in the 38th minute as the Dandytown Hornets held a 3-0 lead at the break. Flanagan's pulled a goal back in the 48th minute when Keston Lewis scored, and then Lewis made it a 1-goal game when he found the back of the net in the 64th minute. However, Simmons completed his hat-trick with a goal in the 76th minute to restore the Dandytown Hornets' 2-goal lead, and then Simmons found the back of the net for the 4th time in the game in injury time to make the final score Dandytown 5, Flanagan's Onions 2. In other Premier Division action, it was Wolves 1, St. George's Colts 0, North Village Rams 1, PHC Zebras 3, Southampton Rangers 4, Robin Hood 1, and on Friday night at the Devonshire Recreation Club, it was Devonshire Cougars 4, Somerset Trojans 1. In Corona League play over the weekend, Gary McRoberts scored twice to lead the Flanagan's Onions to a 4-0 win over Valley. Dave Martin and Darren Thompson added a goal each. In other action, it was West End United 1, BAA 0, Robin Hood 2, North Village Rams 0, Vasco 3, Luck and Key 9, Tough Dogs 3, and Lobster Pot 0. Nicky Wells and his Bradford City teammates came from behind to deservedly claim their first win in 5 games and end Cheltenham's unbeaten away record. Wells took his goal tally to 9 with 2 more goals. Freddie Hall, Reggie Lamb, and their Toronto FC teammates closed out their 2012 home campaign with a 0-0 draw against rivals Montreal Impact in MLS football. A day after scoring 2 goals to help the Metro Police beat combined counties South Park 3-0 in the FA Cup 4th qualifying round, Jonte Smith saw the worst possible draw as the Met Police were drawn at home against Crawley Town that will take place either Saturday, November 3rd or Sunday, November 4th. Smith is on loan from Crawley Town to Met Police and can't play against the parent club as stated in the contract, so Smith will watch from the sideline. Smith scored the Met second goal in the 4th round qualifying match against the combined counties. In the 48th minute, Smith picked up the ball approximately 25 yards out from goal. He cut inside onto his left foot and dispatched the ball into the bottom right-hand corner of Park's goal. Smith later would score his 10th FA Cup goal, which may give him an opportunity to win the Golden Boot in the competition. In athletics news, Evan Norday and Jennifer Allen are the 2012 Crime Stoppers 5K champions after racing in high humidity and sticky conditions. Norday was clocked across the line in a time of 16:28, while Gideon Gagothu finished second in a time of 17:31. Men's Theron finished third with a time of 17:41, and Omari Hart crossed the line fourth in a time of 19:13. Allen finished fifth overall, clocking a time of 19:20, while Hilda Stoney finished eighth overall and was the second female finisher, while Victoria Fiddick rounded out the top 3 female finishers with a time of 20:16 that saw her finish 10th overall. Daniel Oatley ran to victory in the junior 1.5 mile race with a time of 9:06. Robert Edwards finished second in a time of 9:33, and Charlie Keys finished third in a time of 9:39. In harness pony racing action at the National Equestrian Center on Vesey Street, Black and Mild with C.J. Whitehead won the 105 to 106 Heat 1 race, clocking a time of 105-3. Shore Grand and Johnny Painter in the bike finished second in a time of 106-2, while American Treat and Thomas Whitehead finished in third in a time of 107 flat. Pastor Paul and David Lopes finished fourth, clocking a time of 111-3. Heat 2, the 115-1 and slower class, saw Spirit Broners with Keith Woodley in the bike finished first in a time of 116-1. Don't Skip a Beat with Chad Sutherland finished second in a time of 116-2. and Inwood's E.T. with Carista Rebane finished third, clocking a time of 120 flat. GV Speed Demon and Antoine Edwards won the 106-1 to 107-1 Heat 3 race, clocking a time of 108-1. LR's Last Chance with Derek Seymour finished second in a time of 109-1. Kron's Jewel and Carista Rebane in the bike clocked a time of 112 flat to win Heat 4, the 107-2 to 108-2 class. Final Notice finished second, clocking a time of 112-1 with Steven Cardoza in the bike. Broner's Blaze with Isaiah Tavares in the bike finished third, clocking a time of 112-2. In women's field hockey, the Longtails took a surprise lead in the 18th minute when Maya Palacio scored a field goal, but the Budgies equalized in the 31st minute when Melanie Fulton scored from a penalty corner. Iman Smith gave the Budgies the lead in the 44th minute with a field goal before Josiah Richardson equalized for the Longtails in the 54th minute with a field goal. The Budgies went in front in the 56th minute when Morgan Simons scored a field goal. And then Fulton scored her second goal of the game, this time a field goal in the 61st minute. In men's division action, it was the Spartans 3 and the Upstarts 3. On Friday night, inside the BAA Gymnasium, the Toronto Arenas edged the Atlanta Flames 8-7 in Bermuda Bowl Hockey League action. Shannon Goose led Toronto to victory with a hat-trick, while Bruce Sinclair scored twice. Wayne Newhook, Chad Cudliff, and Rich Campbell all added a goal each. Corey Collette scored 5 times, while Evan Garnett and Russ Rollins added a goal each for the Atlanta Flames. In the other match, the Colorado Rockies defeated the Winnipeg Jets 10-9. After starting the season off with 3 straight victories, Sullivan Phillips and his BG Gotten teammates have now gone down 2 games in a row after losing 79-68 to 16th-ranked Leipzig. Phillips came up with 18 points and 7 rebounds. Phillips played 31 minutes of action, going 5 for 8 from the field. That included 1 for 3 from behind the three-point line. Phillips also went 5 for 8 from the free throw line. He grabbed 6 defensive rebounds while collecting 3 assists. Meanwhile, the Bermuda Basketball League season continued with a triple header at the Summersfield Academy Gymnasium. In the evening's first game, the St. George's Internationals defeated the Devonshire Dragons 62-49. Dean Jones scored 14 points to lead the Internationals, while Jason Lowe led the Devonshire Dragons in scoring with 19 points. In other action, the Warwick Rim Rockets defeated the Pedrick Bearcats 73-43, while the Smith Wildcats defeated the Southampton Titans by 20 points in the final game of the night, 64-44. The Bermuda Motorcycle Racing Club held races at the Southside Motorsports Park, with Monique Wake winning all 3 races in the GP 70 class. Ed Cook took the line honors 3 times in the GP 80 class. The scooter class honors went to Ricky Wade, who won all 3 races, while Cyril Witter, the third, raced to victory 3 times in the GP 125 class. Peter Teixeira won all 3 races in the Supermoto class, while Jacob Souza won 2 of the 3 races in the Super Bike 60cc class, while Cody Souza Sinks won the other race. The Bermuda karting season continued also at the Southside Motorsports Park, as well, with Scott Barnes winning all 3 tag senior class races. Barnes won all 3 races as well in the 125 shifter class. Blake Horseman won 2 of the 3 junior stock clone 10 to 15-year-old class races, with Owen DaCosta winning the other. Ryan Lopes won all 3 races in the junior modified clone 10 to 15-year-old class. The Bermuda Rugby Football Union held their first Friday night of local rugby of the year at the National Sports Center. In women's division action, the Renegades ladies got 2 tries from Rosanna Huey and a single try from Jessica Gilbert as they defeated the Police ladies 3-2. Mika Tamika and Julia Mansfield scored a try each for the Police. Sands Boat Club tournament winners, Mariners ladies, were brought back down to earth as the 2011 Nicole Shield winners, Teachers ladies, defeated them 5-1. In men's division action, the Renegades defeated the Police 21-20. The Renegades took an early lead when Phil Hall scored a try and Ian Henderson kicked the conversion. The Renegades increased the lead to 10-0 after Henderson kicked a penalty. Henderson kicked another penalty to make the score 13-0 to the Renegades, and just when police thought things could not get any worse, Alex Kong scored a try for the Renegades to make the score 18-0. The police then mounted their comeback with David Pringle scoring a try. The conversion was missed, but a brawl ensued with both benches clearing. When all was said and done, Tom Healy from the Renegades was sent to the sin bin for 10 minutes. Tristan Kermode kicked a penalty for the police to make the score 18-9. Henderson kicked another penalty for the Renegades to take it to 21-9. But before the Renegades knew what hit them, police had Darren Richardson go over for a try, and Kermode kicked the conversion to make the score 21-15. The police got another try from Pringle to pull them within one, but the conversion was missed and the Renegades hung on for the 21-20 victory. The defending league champions Mariners got on the board early in their match against the Teachers and never looked back, winning 20-8. The Rubis Divisional Handicap Squash Tournament finals were held at the Bermuda Squash Rackets Association Club on Saturday night. Ryan Hopkins and Ayanna Smith advanced to the junior final, where the pair battled in a 5-setter. Hopkins was ahead 2-0 after winning the first 2 sets, 11-10, 11-8. However, Smith would rebound and win the next 3 sets, 11-7, 11-10, 11-5, to be crowned the Rubis 2012 Junior Handicap Division champion. Dylan Pratt recorded a straight sets victory to win the C final over female opponent Ty Williams. Pratt won 11-5, 11-7, 11-7. Kyla Knights won the A Classic Plate final in 4 sets over Andrew Robinson. Knights won the first set 11-4, then won the second set 11-1. Robinson won the third set 11-8 before Knights closed out the match in the 4th set, winning 11-6. Dylan Muldoon won the B final, having to come from 2 sets down to do so over Colin Cooper. Cooper won the first 2 sets 11-10, 11-10. However, Muldoon came storming back to win the next 3 sets 11-3, 11-love, 11-5. In the A Division final, Devario Thompson defeated Beckett Simmons in a 4-setter. Thompson won the first set 11-5. Simmons won the second set 11-3. Thompson then won the next 2 sets 11-5, 11-10 to capture the A Division title. The 2012 Bermuda Lawn Tennis Association's Junior Open Tennis Championships continued at the W.E.R. Joe Tennis Stadium with a full slate of matches hitting the court. In the battle of the day on Sunday, Scott Redmond defeated Nicholas Cooper in 3 sets in the boys' 12 singles. Cooper won the first set 7-5, but Redmond rebounded to win the second set 6-2, and then in the third set tiebreaker, Redmond won 7-2. In girls' 12 division action, Kayla Ming defeated Brianna Simmons 6-1, 6-love. Imani Phillips defeated Kylie Harvey 6-love, 6-2. In boys' under 10 consolation action, Nicholas Cooper defeated Amir Thomas in straight sets 4-love, 5-3, while Derek Tucker Peters defeated Dalen Karn in boys under 12 consolation action 6-1, 6-3. In primary school boys A Division 6-a-side action, Dalen Ritter scored the only goal of the game to give Paget Primary a 1-0 win over St. David's in the A final. Paget Primary defeated West End Primary 2-0 in their semifinal match, while St. David's defeated Elliott on penalty kicks in the other semifinal. Saltus defeated Elliott Primary 1-0 to win the B final. Aaron Booth scored the winner with some 2 minutes remaining. Booth collected a long ball and calmly beat the keeper to his left. Saltus defeated Summersfield Academy 2-0 in their semifinal, while Elliott Primary defeated West Pembroke 1-0. Saltus claimed the girls' 6-a-side double when they won the primary and middle school girls title at Shelley Bay. Saltus defeated St. David's Primary in the primary school's final 1-0, while Lalani Nesbitt was the hero in the middle school final, scoring the game's only goal against T.N. Tatum. Both semifinals were decided on penalties after scoreless draws, with Saltus getting by Whitney and T.N. Tatum getting by Sands.